We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show, where our one rule is, how do we follow that? Do you guys see the intro to everything? The chaos? The big giant demon lord thing? And now we're going to follow it. It's fine. It's fine. We're playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquigums. A big shout out and thank you once again to Owlcat Games for the incredible hookup. And let's continue our adventure. It seems we have a new friend, Lan, over here. Potential friend, maybe. Maybe he's super
No,
ego.
I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
What is with that guy? You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize that you have never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man. Yeah, no, I'm getting that.
Wenduak!
What? The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall. Wenduag, he said. Okay.
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
Yep, no, this is interesting. The woman looks just as strange as her companion. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. Her movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt.
Huh.
Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Lon stops her with a gesture. Demons are laying waste to Kenabris. Why should I tell you anything? Who are you? Tieflings? What is this place? What are you doing here? Monsters like you don't deserve to live! No, we're not doing that. Demons are laying waste to Kenabris.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
Lon's expression hardens.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
Wenduag looks you over, considering something. I couldn't care less. Shout out to correct terminology.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Kenabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
I might say that correctly once by the time the whole series is over. Maybe. Kenabres. Kenabres. Maybe we'll stick. I don't know. Who are you? What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
Well, that's nice.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
Worthy of what, exactly?
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
Nevia lets out a low whistle. So what are you doing here?
That's none of your
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock.
Cool.
The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold.
Lon frowns.
Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters.
True.
And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
I'll assume you're taking up arms against the demons?
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I mean, Lan might be. Wenduag huffs a breath.
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle.
Chuggles.
Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Yeah. Okay, well, I feels like I shouldn't ask if they're tieflings. I'm not going to attack them. A maze, does it really lead to the surface? A sword of holy flame, how did it wind up down here? We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you. I can help you, if you're going to have to pay for it. Sword of holy flame, how did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
That does sound a long time, I guess. I don't know what a gong is, but...
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
Ah, thank you.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades.
What's a gong?
The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
When Duag rewards Lan with an irritated glare. Also comrades, not raids. But yeah, it's fine.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us.
Yeah.
That might be our best shot in this chaos.
The old chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Wow. Sure we're all angry. Maze, does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed.
That's not good.
But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation.
Ah. She
Until
snorts.
then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true.
Huh.
But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
Fair enough.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze.
His eyes are
They
filled
think
with
the
genuine
maze
concern.
is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wenduag too much.
Yeah. His eyes are filled with genuine concern. Oh dear.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times.
I hear a hint of emotion.
But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
In her voice for the very first time. Alright, well, you know what? We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I will help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Okay. Lan's expression brightens.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
Sure.
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
I mean, those are your words. I never said you were a monster. Just saying. Some interactive objects aren't easy to find. When moving past such an object, each character automatically makes a perception skill check. If the check is successful, the object is found and highlighted. To draw your attention to it, you can now interact with it. Huh. Okay. Tap. Okay. What's going on over here?
I hope you appreciate this.
Statue of an unknown knight. The technique is crude, but the figure was clearly crafted with genuine feeling. Judging by the style of armor, the knight is from the First Crusade. There's a flame tongue and some edible moss. Seems fine.
Move out!
Now what is that?
What is that indeed? Hey, a copper ring. An item of interest to a craftsman or a collector. A merchant would pay well for it. Sweet.
I found something.
Okay, the room looks like an improvised museum or perhaps some kind of temple. I got a handful of gems. I mean, that's something. Grinding stone, an item of interest to a craftsman or collector. Merchant would pay well.
Head on!
Head on. More work. We're not real good at this whole finding stuff.
What do we have here?
Hey, more grinding stone. Very nice.
What's that there?
Another handful of gems.
No, what is that?
I could get across the rubble? I don't know that I want to do that yet. Maybe. Okay, now we got both. The grinding stone and the handful of gems.
I found
You follow!
something.
You found
What
something.
do we have here?
Alright. What have we found? 3 pearls. Sweet. We could start our own jeweler after. Oh, I think we found it. What's happening? Okay, a strange day 15 month Aridus, the 8th, year 4715. Okay. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Kalark feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. That's bad. The wound healed by Terendelev reopens and weeps scarlet, but there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one, or another one entirely? Kalark's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betray me, trapped me, and stabbed me in my back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends. The people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. They are up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Kalark intuits that he can control them somehow. Let's try to... Interesting. Alright, what is heaven in this particular place? Heaven is a plane in the outer sphere, a realm of pure righteousness where the forces of good gather to aid those on less virtuous planes and help worthy souls find rest. Though inconceivably large, it appears to most viewers as a mountain with a mysteriously floating peak. Heaven's residents see law and goodness as largely the same force. Order is the greatest good, and goodness is the greatest order. They recognize the good intentions of the Azatas of Elysium, but view them as misguided children. Similarly, they oppose the lawful evil forces of hell, but credit them with intelligence and believe that they can at least be reasoned into truces and stalemates, and perhaps even redeemed. Huh. Heal the wounded girl or furiously call out to the traitors. Let's heal the girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Kalark. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, "Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said that you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true?" The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clearly. "Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back." "Then don't waste your strength healing me," the girl whispers. "Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near." There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping, and rustling emanates from the shadow. The sound piercing like hot irons lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy. The wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. Will 10, but Kalark is determined to fight off the illusion. Knowledge Arcana 10, but Kalark knows how to resist malign influence such as this, no matter its origin. Kalark can do nothing to fight off the illusion. What does this do? The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Kalark's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel, who sent this vision, or the one unlucky enough to receive it. I think Will. Hey, I succeeded at the will check. The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying, but Kalark is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor. But alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. The monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in the strange vision or memory. The thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Descari, the larger elephant, the guy that chopped off the dragon. Yeah. Descari. Good, great. The terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called Lariel. The foolish angel's struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quavering. "Where is your goddess, angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven?" Well, it seems bad. A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Kalark senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this: "You will kill me, monster. This I know. But one day, someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and punish evildoers and traitors, save and protect the innocent. Save and protect the innocent. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colors. Kalark does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Kalark's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Kalark sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes. The light is drawn into his hand. Kalark senses that it will return. All he need do is call it. Okay, so we kind of ate the sword, I guess. That's probably bad.
Hey, are you all right? You were kinda glowing just now.
When you're pregnant, sometimes you're glowing. Oh, sorry, that doesn't apply. Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Iomadade. What is it? Iomadade? Iomide? I don't know. I can't remember.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
Lan looks at you dumbfounded. I found the sword, I touched it, and,
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
Wendu's not real happy with this. You saw it too? The traitors, the dying girl? I think I saw the memories of L'Ariel, the angel who died here.
L'Ariel? That really was L'Ariel? The angel from the legends?
Yeah, seems to be.
The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Wendu watches you with suspicion. Yeah, well, stuff happens to me. I can't help it.
Now, Wentuog, don't be a sore loser.
Lan nods towards you.
He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that.
That's not good.
I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
That sucks, man. It's not fair to you guys. Requires angel mythic path. Reveal the light of heaven. Seems I can control it. Huh. You saw it too, the traitors, the dying girl?
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it.
Lynn looks around. A shout out to one of the old school greats, offlaners, Light of Heaven, Dota 2.
Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset, and when I'm happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sol. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
All right. Lan rubs his chin anxiously.
And what if he can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
It seems I can control it. Huzzah!
That is just... wow, I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
It's true. This is true, not just in game, but out. I should be dead by all accounts. Just you guys were ever wondering, but I'm not. So I'm blessed.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Wendu stares at the divine light as if transfixed.
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
All right. Lan drags his gaze away from it. Lan looks at you pleadingly. Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not. Well, that seems awfully...
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Okay. Devoured by darkness. Huh, some interesting... Okay, mobility, 14 DC. All right. Sometimes interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful skill check may be necessary for various tasks. Climbing over an obstacle, picking a lock on a door or chest, disarming a trap, moving something heavy, reading an inscription, tying your shoes, going to the bathroom, in an ancient language, and many others. Inscription in ancient language. Different tasks require different skills. If you have several characters selected at the same time, the action will be performed by the character with the highest skill bonus, so you should select the whole party before attempting to check. That is good to know. Alright, whole party selected, and left click.
The mongrel did it.
The mongrel did it. I think it was probably our girl here. Also, they've joined the party, which is fantastic. I like, this is cool. This is some cool characters here. Rolling dice. Most of the game's mechanics are based on the rules of the tabletop RPG Pathfinder, which uses dice for determining outcomes of various actions. The most commonly used die has 20 sides, denoted in the rules as a d20. It's a die you roll during attacks and skill checks. When you need to roll dice, the specific type of roll is denoted as XDN, where N is the number of the sides of the die you will use in this case, and X is the number of dice rolled. So 1d20, 2d6, so on and so forth. For example, 1d20 means that you will roll, the result of the roll will be 1 through 20, because it will be one roll of a 20-sided dice. 2d6 would be somewhere between 2 and 12 because you're rolling 2 6-sided dice and you add up the results. Trying to get over the rubble, your character Lan got the result 27. This result is the sum of the dice roll, which is 20, and various modifiers such as mobility skill bonus. The check's difficulty was 14. Since 27 is not lower than 14, the attempt was successful. See, it's good that they explained the rules. I mean, I understood all that. I mean, I knew it was going to work that way, but just in case folks didn't know. How did we get our girl with the hurt leg across? And has she officially joined us? I don't think so. Oh, no, I thought I just saw her. Oh, yeah, she's right there. Anivia. We are one person right now. All right, well, as one person, and I know we didn't accomplish anything fighty-wise, but the story advances. Some cool storytelling devices there. A few extra choices we got to make. And some new friends, and apparently I can summon a holy sword whenever I want, which is pretty sweet. You know, you need to go to the bathroom late at night. There's no lights on. You don't want to light a torch. Boom. Holy sword illuminates, and you're good to go. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is going to do it for this particular episode. Next episode, we will continue with our adventures. We will go meet the chieftain, Sol, or whatever. And Lan and our other friend will hopefully not murder us. I mean, something about traitors. I don't know. I don't know. Bad juju. That's all I can say. But hopefully good juju. We'll see. All right, until then, I have been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.